Hello everyone, welcome to rachelpichleryoga. In case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice. I'm just going to use my bolster today. If you've got a cushion or a pillow of some kind to lay on throughout the class, that might be useful. A little bit of space to move is always good too. And let's get started. So let's begin today laying down, and if you want to lay on a pillow or anything at all, feel free to do so. You could also make a diamond shape with your legs, getting into the hips. And maybe you'll bring your arms out nice and wide as well. And then just closing your eyes. Give your body a chance to get used to settle into the place, the position that you've placed it in. And then just scan your body all the way from your toes to your fingertips, crown of your head. How are you feeling so far today? Maybe you need to make some adjustments to where you are now. Maybe you can lay nice and still right from the start. Stay here just a little bit longer. But if you do want to take your hands and bring them behind your head, lifting the chin towards the collarbone a little bit. Let your head be heavy in your hands. And then you might keep your head lifted and start to bring your knees together. Plant your feet on your mat if they're not already there. Now, depending on if you are laying on top of something, you might feel like you could sit up from here. You might not feel that way. So you decide, do you want to roll over? Do you want to come to seated? Kind of a little crunch-like seat to get up. But find your way up to seated. Once you do get there, just a cross-legged seat will do for now. But lengthen your spine. Close your eyes again. Soften through your face, your shoulder. Just let your head start to tip over towards your left shoulder. Feel the length through the neck. And then use an inhale to bring your head up. And slowly to the other side. Using an inhale, lifting the head back up again. And then maybe you'll open your eyes. We're going to come onto our hands and knees though. If you have a pillow today, just have it at the top of your mat in case you'd like to use it. But let's find our tabletop first. Spreading the fingers out wide, maybe giving the hips a gentle sway side to side. And then extending your right leg back and behind you. Push the ball of your foot into the ground. Send the heel back. Stretch the calf. Take just another breath here. And then we're going to slide that right knee all the way back to the floor and then forwards. Laying on the shin or kind of being on top of the shin. And then you're just going to scooch that knee maybe a little further up. You might tuck your left toes and scooch that knee back, kind of like you want to sit on your right heel. If you do tuck those left toes under, come back to the top of the foot, and then sitting on that left or that right heel as much as you'd like. You could grab your pillow and lower your chest. You could lower your chest to your mat. But just relax for a moment. If you did fold forward here, you can definitely stay. But you can also start to lift up. Maybe pushing your hands into your pillow, maybe pushing your fingertips into the floor, but lifting the chest higher. Sitting on the heel as much as able. And then we're just going to kind of tip over towards the right side. Tip over, and then maybe we can end up in a half straddle. Left leg out long and right leg bent in front. You can point your toes up, your left toes. Feel the nice stretch through that inner leg. Lengthen the spine if you want to grab your pillow, or maybe it's a block. Push your fingertips into it to help keep the spine long. You can stay sitting tall. You could start to fold again. Maybe towards the floor, maybe towards your pillow, all the while feeling that nice stretch through that left leg, pointing the toes out. Nice, you guys. If you're folding forwards here, start to lift again. Push your fingertips into something. Maybe it's the floor, maybe it's a pillow. Lengthen your spine. Stay centered if you'd like, or take your right hand kind of to the right side of you a little bit. Keep pointing your left toes up, and then reach up with your left arm. You might bring your arm towards your ear, and then you can stay on your right hand, or you could come down to the forearm. Keep pointing your left toes up, and maybe reaching more and more and more with the left arm too. Maybe even looking towards the left fingertips. One more breath here. And then using an inhale to find your way all the way back up. Let's bring our knees together for a moment. Before we switch sides, you could give your knees a little bit of a hug, a squeeze. Feel free to bring your pillow with you if you're finding it useful, or just leave it to the side. But let's come into tabletop onto our hands and knees first. Maybe a gentle sway of the hips. And then our left leg will extend. Tuck the toes. Push the ball of your foot into your mat. Try to stretch your calf. So you send your heel back. With the next inhale you take, you can start to slide your left knee into the floor. And then even further forward so that you're on your shin. And then scooch. Scooch around. Bring your knee further forwards. Maybe stagger your back knee back. Trying to drop the hips towards the heel. Might take a moment. Lift the chest first. See how that feels. Maybe start to fold. Maybe onto the forearms. Maybe the chest. If you are folding, you could stay for a little longer, or you could start to lift again. Push the hands into something. Lift the chest more. We're a little high up here sitting on that heel, so it might just be the fingertips. one more breath before you kind of tip over towards the left side. Pivot the legs a little bit so that you end up in a half straddle. Right leg out long this time. Left leg bent. Point your toes up. Feel that nice inner leg stretch. Stay sitting tall. If you do want to grab your pillow again, keep the spine long. Maybe take a tip forward. You can, just keeping that right foot flexed, pointing the toes out. And if you're folding forwards, you can stay or you can lift again. Stay centered if you'd like, or that left hand can start to find the floor beside you, right arm reaching up and over. Keep flexing your right foot. If you do want to go further, maybe onto the forearm, and then just reach, stretch. Gaze towards your right fingertips wherever they happen to be, and keep pointing those right toes up. Stay for a full breath. And then use a big inhale. Lift yourself up. We can bring our legs back together. Give your knees a nice hug or squeeze. Take a rock side to side if you'd like. Then we're going to find our way into butterfly. So the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. Find a place where you can sit tall. Maybe you need to sit on top of something, your pillow. Maybe you need to slide your feet further away. But as you lengthen through your spine, maybe your hands can find your knees. Feel free to let your eyes close. Take another inhale. And if you'd like to twist, as you exhale, start to turn your chest towards the right side, maybe moving your hands off of your knees. Maybe your hands find your feet, the floor behind you. And then letting an inhale bring you back through center. And then exhale, you can twist to the other side. And just inhaling back to facing forwards and maybe tipping forwards as well. A little extra love through the hips. Letting the shoulders fall from the ears. Stay for just another breath. And then an inhale can lift you back up. You can bring your knees together. Give them a squeeze, maybe a rock side to side. And then just find your way into a comfy seat. Again, if you always cross your legs the same way, maybe cross them the other way. Hands to your knees or your lap, closing your eyes. Lengthening through the spine. You might start to take your hands behind you to your low back. Maybe the palms facing away, maybe the hands interlace. And then if your chin wants to start to tip down towards your collarbone, bring some length into the neck, a gentle stretch through the shoulder. And if you have your chin tipping down, slowly lift it back up. Maybe lift the chest slightly, maybe the chin slightly. And then relaxing back down. If your hands are behind you, bring them in front. Feel free to take a shoulder roll or two. And then we're going to make our way onto our backs again. You have a pillow of some kind. You could place it under your knees, or maybe it can go under your feet. Just make your way onto your back with or without anything under your legs. Scooch the hips slightly so that you get comfortable. Resting your arms wherever is comfy. Take your chin and just roll it over towards your left shoulder. And then roll it all the way over to the right. And then slowly coming back up. Resting on the back of the head. Allowing the body to relax. And staying here in Shavasana for as long as you have time for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.